Hi, my beautiful baby. So here's a little life update for all you boo-boos who have been following my adventures as a postmodern sorceress in the modern love world, dating world. I have been sharing some of my story regarding an ex of mine, I guess you call it, like an ex-boyfriend slash stalker, who has impacted my life in some ways. And first of all, I'm so grateful for all the love and support. But Boo, your mommy's totally losing her voice. I've been running around doing all kinds of things today, doing the magic, doing the content. So, it's the end of the day. Forgive me. But Boo, I just want to... I want to do a little recap, a little update for those of you who have been supporting me. And also, to the people who left hate comments regarding this, saying that I shouldn't be sharing the story. Whatever. I am someone who has survived all types of unscrumptious situations, from my family to, boys in my life who have done things to me. And I've remained silent throughout those years. And, you know how it ended? Losing my voice. Symptomatically, or getting thyroid disease. There are a lot of things I've not spoken about in my life. And thank you so much. My gluten-free fries just arrived. Thank you. By the way, I'm in this restaurant here in Catopafos in Cyprus, which is the best. They have the best gluten-free food. This is so random. Look at the fries, Pippo. They're gluten. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Everything fell down to the ground. This is just my life right now. Okay, we'll fix it in a second. We're gonna continue with the video. Just give me 1 second. All right, literally everything is falling apart. The flies are all over the place, but it's the nicest place, nicest staff. It's called Pinguino, and they have real gluten-free food, which I can eat. But yeah, anyway, I've been silent about a lot of things in my life. A lot of, someone commented, this is for another video, I guess, but one person commented in the comments and said well, you're going to lose tarot people, and you're here to solve our problems, not to share your problems. And that person, who appeared to be a girl, said, what are you, a victim? And, I'm not going to name that person. I have no hate to that person either. But it's well, I am a victim, actually. I've always been very conflicted about the word survivor, because it's yeah, but, that's not the point. Victims are soft. People who survive a lot of bad things, we're still soft, we still need care, and we're very vulnerable. We're more vulnerable than other people. Anyway, so I've been silent about a lot of things that have happened in my life, from a lot of boys, from a lot of, in this patriarchal society, from a lot of men, and also from my own family. And, that includes feminine energies, specifically feminine energies in my family. And I don't want to be silent anymore. Anyway, so let's get back to the recap. So my Bibbo, ex-Bibbo slash stalker, apologize, okay? But there's more to the story, because the apology was retracted very, very fast, which I knew would happen. As some of you know, I went out this last weekend, and there was an encounter, and I ended up trying to confront him. I unblocked him on WhatsApp because I thought maybe he would confront me and speak to me. And he didn't, of course. But the next day, he sent me a sea of messages saying that he's sorry, that he's not going to do it again, and that he's sorry for all the things he did. Because, the point is that, the reason why he's, watching me, following me, is that, he's not in my life anymore for a good reason, for various, a million different reasons, you know what I mean? So, he kind of apologized for everything he did to me. But then it was kind of, he's done that before, where I was scared to respond. I'm scared of him, and on so many different levels, because what he does is he reels me back in with apologies and says, oh, but Bill, I'm so sorry and all this. Then when I respond or I engage with him, then he abuses me again, basically. So, he uses that opportunity to say, oh, you're this and that, and you're a bad person, you're disgusting, all these insults. So I was afraid he was doing the same thing again. And, even in a situation like this, I would accept the apology and just let it end, There was more. He was I'll change. I need to be with you every day. It was very kind of up and down. And then, of course, 24 hours later, the message was accusing me of doing him a bit, then the tone changed. So anyway, I let it go. He stopped messaging me. And then a couple of nights ago, he saw a video I posted about this situation and he didn't like it, and he questioned the validity of the facts that I was presenting. You know, he said he didn't take my phone, he just took the phone because I dropped it or like threw it somewhere, and then he took it. Like, it all happened in a split second. So, Bill, if I'm wrong about the fact, I'd happily take it back. Like, I wish it had never happened. You know, I wish I could just forget, you know, all those. It's, you know, it's like my mind is not in the best place when it comes to, you know, talking about this, because it's been months of this. It's been months of following me, months of appearing in places, months and months and months and months, including this place. Like, you know, anyway, the place we're at. So I don't know. I just wanted to sit down and say, you know, you know, he's watching the video, you know, to this ex-boyfriend person, you know, if I misrepresented the facts in some way, I have no problem, you know, but the point is that, you know, at the end of the day, he did run away with my phone, and someone had to chase him down, and everyone saw that. So it wasn't just me. I'm not making this up, you know. So anyway, you know, when I saw that message from him, I got a little bit triggered, and I did respond, and that was a big mistake, because what he did was reel me back in. Then he deleted the message he'd sent about like me saying that that's not what happened, and he changed tack, and he was like, I just want to talk to you, you know, I just want to talk to you on camera. And of course that wasn't going to happen. So I just told him, you know, I know what you're doing, and I know what you are, and just like, you know, just, I don't know, you know, it was probably a mistake, you know, to respond to him, but I just, don't call me a liar, you know, like, especially in this situation, because that's what he was counting on, that I would never tell anyone, that I would remain silent. And by the way, like, I'm not using his name. I don't want to have this, like, I don't want this to continue forever and ever and ever. I want it to not continue forever and ever. So I'm not starting an open fight. I just want to share my story because it's part of my experience. So anyway, and then, you know, it's so weird. And then he was rude to me again, basically. And then he said bye. And then he said, I love you, good night. And I just told him to go back to the swamp he came from, and I blocked him. So, and there's been no contact since then. I've not seen him or anything like that. But, you know, who knows? Because I always say that, and, you know, a close friend of mine knows this. I always say, well, I think it's over now. And then it's never, ever over. It just never ends. So let's hope this is the end of things. The problem with this person is that, you know, when he sent me the apologies, you know, he always tugs on my, you know, bleeding heart, liberal heartstrings. And he's like, he literally was saying, like, I'm not well, please help me, can you help me? It's like one message after another, like, can you help me, please help me, I'm not okay. I think about all the things I did to you, and I'm not okay. You know, I have these ugly nights and stuff like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just not safe for me to, you know, and that's why I kind of let this whole situation slide for months and months and months, because he always does that. You know, it's like, and I know I'm insane for like feeling empathy in that way, but I do, and that's why I'm a good tarot reader. That's why I'm a good magician. That's why I am a sorceress, Bipo. That's why I'm a starseed, because that's what I do. I feel empathy, and I feel things, and I connect to things. But it also makes my life very difficult when it comes to living in the real world with real people with bad intentions. So yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to do this little recap. And also, Bill, you know, this boy, when I last had contact with him, he, again, was stalking me in my house, like, came to my parking lot, like, 4 different angles, kept saying unblock him, you know. I thought maybe it was, you know, whatever he needed to communicate might give some closure, like, he might apologize. And, you know, the minute I unblocked him and answered the phone, he just abused me and said that he's sorry that I'm all alone, and that, you know, he literally said, like, you're all alone now, and you're eating, I see you through the window, because that's what he does. He watches me through the window. He's like, you're all alone now, and I see that, and you're eating alone, and that's good for me, and I'm glad now we have nothing. This is after I got robbed, and he knew. I was like, you know, I'm in a foreign country, I'm all by myself, he knows this, and he's always, you know, he's been using this against me since he met me, because he knows I'm estranged from my family and all this, and, you know, at my lowest, used that opportunity to avenge himself, you know, I guess. And, you know, obviously, you know, this is a complicated situation in many different ways. What's not complicated is that, you know, you should not intimidate and abuse someone. Verbally, you know, physically, you should not, you know, follow them, watch them. And, you know, he'd been following me the night before, like, all, you know, But yeah, so he's been using those opportunities to say nasty things to me. And then, you know, it's interesting that he's not happy that I'm sharing this on, he literally said, like, why are you sharing this on social media? Because as he told me, which is true, I'm all alone, I'm all by myself, so who am I going to share it with? But, you know, my boo-boos and my blue angels and, you know, the people who connect to me. That's how I'm connected. I don't have a family, I don't have a sister or brother, I don't have someone to protect me. And, you know, unfortunately, people in my life, men in my life specifically, always know that, and they always, you know, they do target that, you know, and I'm sorry to say, and I'm not the only person who's had this experience. So, yeah, this is why I'm sharing this on social media. I don't know, boy, even your stalker will make it about, this is not about him, this is about my experience, and it's also about me, you know, making sure that the story's out there in case something does happen, because it very well might do, because this, you know, there's been threats, there's been physical violence, verbal violence, emotional violence, like all kinds of things, and I just don't know. And I know from experience this person feels like they're above the law, and like the law won't touch them, you know, not afraid of the police and stuff like that, and, you know, playing the card of like, this is my town, I know everyone, just to let you know what I mean, including police and stuff like that. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, that person has hurt my feelings. There is a reason why, you know, they're watching me from the outside, because they hurt my feelings so many times, and I've shown kindness to them so many times. It's just like, I don't know. You know, I went to the beach today and I had a little cry about all the things that have been happening to me. And I know a lot of boo-boos in the comments have been saying like, oh, you know, do a spell or all this. Boo-boo, if I do a spell on this boy, like, you know, that's the thing. I don't want to fight fire with fire. I don't want to, you know, I'm not here to do malefic magic. But I mean, if I do a spell, I will do a spell. There's a lot of powerful energies that I work with here in Cyprus, Aphrodite's island. I almost don't want to touch it. I don't really do that kind of stuff with exes or like boys in my life, because, you know, it's a little too personal, and, you know, it seems like an unfair advantage. But yeah, if I have to protect myself, I will have to do that. But it will then it really will get ugly. You know what I mean? I'm not here, you know, I'm not here to turn the other cheek, but I'm also not here to like do something, you know, quite, you know, super malefic. Okay, anyway, these are just my disorganized thoughts today. So I just wanted to thank everyone for commenting and for your support, especially from the girls who understand this. You know, this happens to girls. This is not my first rodeo, not my first stalker. Throughout my life, you know, not the first man who tried to exploit my weaknesses, who waited until I was weak to attack, and, you know, all this, who told me there's nowhere you can go and nothing you can do and all this stuff. So, you know, and in some ways I kind of minimized the situation for a long time, because, you know, it isn't my first rodeo. I felt, you know, so comfortable on this island. I felt like, you know, it's just going to go away, but I guess, you know, it just hasn't, and it's been like torture. And it's just so sad to think that someone that you showed love to can hate you so deeply and can make you so scared. Anyway, so let me know in the comments below. But Bill, what is your worst dating experience like? Who was your worst boyfriend, girlfriend, anyone in between? Do you like gluten-free fries? And have you ever been to Pinguino in Cyprus? And I apologize for the lighting, but I think it should be okay, the lighting. It's kind of like, I mean, this is my life, but Bill. Isn't the street scrumptious? This little restaurant is so cute. It's like this like restaurant, like cafe situation. Yeah, what's your worst dating experience, baby? Boo, we're continuing as usual. My hair's looking good today, though, I gotta say. So I had a good hair day. Continuing as usual. I'm just gonna have my dinner. Then I have your reads that I'm gonna be doing, and, you know, all the usual magical activities are continuing. We will not let anyone disrupt the work of the goddess. I love you, my boo-boo. Stay sparkly, stay gorgeous, stay moisturized, and may the angels protect you.